Thank you. Good morning, everybody. I want to thank, first of all, Councilmember Michael Brown for his continuing activism and leadership on this issue. I'm delighted to be here with members of the council, with those who are elected to represent us on the Hill around this issue, and of course to the person who has been a fighter year after year after year for the rights of the people of the District of Columbia, and that is, of course, our Congresswoman Eleanor Holmes Norton. I am delighted to be a member of the DC 72. I never knew it would feel so good to get arrested for a cause like we had, and we will continue to have as a part of freeing DC to bring democracy to this city. Michael Brown has been someone who has been on this issue for some time. I was delighted to be able to appoint him to chair this when I was on the council, and he's continued his activism. And Michael, I want to thank you for your leadership on this issue. You know, just 3 weeks ago, we were across the street in Freedom Plaza, once again working to try to bring attention to this issue. On the same weekend that we had the dedication of the memorial to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who of course was the quintessential fighter for justice and democracy and freedom in this nation. We had some 3,000 people that gathered over there in the plaza. The very next day, we were with approximately 50,000 people to once again try to make the case for democracy in the District of Columbia. But this has got to be a day in and day out fight. This has got to be something that does not go away. I think people have gotten to the point where they believe that if we have a rally or if we have a march, okay, that's for that day, and we'll come back again 3, 4, 5 weeks later, 6 months later, whatever the case may be. If we don't wage this fight day in and day out, nobody is going to pay attention to it, ladies and gentlemen. We have got to be able, as a part of our strategy, to have a grassroots movement in the District of Columbia. We've got to get all of our advisory neighborhood commissioners involved in this. We've got to get our universities involved in this. We ought to have a chapter of the New Columbia Movement, statehood for District of Columbia, in every neighborhood of the District of Columbia, in every university, in every school. There is no person who should stand up and say they haven't had a chance to be a part of an effort to bring freedom to the District of Columbia. Frankly, we will celebrate Veterans Day later this week. We send our sons and our daughters off to fight wars in faraway places, to risk their lives, and when they come back, they don't even enjoy freedom and democracy in the city that they call home. So it is time, frankly, for us to do something different. It is time for us to wage the fight, and we need to send the message that we are relentless, that we're not going to give up, that we want the same freedom, that when we stand up and cite the Pledge of Allegiance, and we say with liberty and justice for all includes the people who live in the District of Columbia. Thank you very much.